Zelete, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has been vindicated again. The president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, has also added his voice. According to Yoweri Museveni, there are people with this ideology or belief that anybody that do not accept Islam must be unalive. That he stands against it in Uganda. It can never happen in Uganda. And according to Yoweri Museveni, we are Africans. Before the Europeans came, we had our own way of life. Before the Arabians came, we had our own way of life. And for that matter, we can never accept people's religions imposed on us forcefully through colonization. And they believe that if we don't accept it, we can be taken out simply because I decided that I don't want to worship an Arabian god or European god. That is not going to happen in Uganda. Yoweri Museveni said, we are Africans, so if you have gone somewhere and learned any law, you have to go back to that land and practice that. That is where the law works. But in Africa, we are traditional people and we will never throw our tradition away.
So, if they are idiots who go and pick that nonsense from Arabs and the Pakistanis and all that, you go and become a Pakistani. This is what I told Bashir, the president of Sudan, former president. We, the indigenous people of this land, this is our land. It's not the land of Arabs. It's not the land of Europeans. It is our land. So, if you are stupid enough, and you go to bring that nonsense here, we teach you a lesson. I told Bashir, because they talk of haram, that they don't eat that pig is haram. Haram is, I would call it a chagaro in Nyankole. I told Bashir, General Bashir, please, my list of haram is much longer than yours. Because for you are saying that pig is haram. Me, I say pig is haram. I'm in Nyankole. Private bag, Mbara. Ntonga, I'm not even Mbara. Private bag, I don't have post office number. We had private bag just. Our letters would go through the sub-county. But we are the owners of this land. This Ntungamo, this Bunyoro, this, we are the people of this area. Too bad for you. If you don't like us, stay where you are. So don't go. So I told Bashir, you say that pig is haram. Me, I say pig is haram. Fish is haram. I don't eat fish. Fish is haram. I don't eat chicken because when you eat chicken, you become unstable. Chicken is a chungu, is a bad. I don't eat mutton, I don't eat all those things. So my list of haram is much longer. But the difference with us here, with the people of this area, is that whatever beliefs I have, I don't interfere with my neighbor if he has got a different belief. For instance, although Banyankole were not eating chicken, but they were keeping chicken for the traditional religious ceremonies, okuragura. But when your Muganda friend, or Mukochi, or Muzuba from Tanzania came, you people, you eat chicken, you take this chicken and eat it. This is our culture here. You live and let live. You have your own way, everybody knows it, but I don't interfere with your way of life, you don't interfere with my way of life. That's why you would hear that a Muganda will say, Banyankole are the ones who know how to look after cows. You come and look after the cows. The cows of the Muganda. The cows are Muganda's cows, but because he doesn't have the same passion for cows to sleep with them in the bush, in the what, you Banyankole Bararo, This is how we live here. So, if they are idiots who go and pick that nonsense from Arabs and Pakistanis and all that, you go and become a Pakistani. That's what we told Al-Shabaab in Somalia, because they brought the same nonsense there. The Somalis are Muslims, but they are Muslims who live with others. But Al-Shabaab came with the same idea. The same idea of intolerance. So when we went there, they said, you Kafiri, you go back. Okay, this is our Kafiri land. Africa is ours. It's not for those ideas. So, if you don't want us here, you go back to, I don't know where they come from, Pakistan or whatever. So, fortunately, many of the Muslims are against this. Our Muslims, many of them are against. But those who got caught up, their only chance to come out is now. Because we are not going to wherever they go, in Congo, we are following them. Sometimes they run to South Africa. Those are our allies. Once we get enough information, we shall catch you there in South Africa. Tanzania, Kenya, you have nowhere to go. Yeah. Maybe you go to Europe, because Europe sometimes they go and if you go and become a homosexual, then they can keep you there. But here in Africa, the only chance you have is surrender and go to jail.
The Africans who have coexisted among each other. We have lived for centuries with our diversity. We are tribes first. When you come to tribes, we have our clans. And we have learned to accept each other. The reason to which you come to Africa and you don't understand whether we are different people or we are the same people is because we have learned to accept one another, regardless of which religion you belong to. Even though the religions are trying to separate Africans, but the traditional way of life is still what is keeping the Africans together, even though majority of people are falling for these religions that are tearing us apart. So Museveni is playing, like Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, if you have gone to study your Sharia law, remain in Middle East and practice that Sharia law in Saudi Arabia, you cannot bring that Sharia law to Burkina Faso because we are not Arabs. So we can never impose Arabian laws on ourselves. It's the same thing Museveni is putting out. If you want to have that belief that everybody must accept Islam because Islam is the best, go back to Arab countries and practice that. But in Africa, you are not allowed to practice that, and you cannot force people to belong to your religion. If you want people to come to your religion, first live an exemplary life, a good life that people say, oh, because my brother is a Christian or a Muslim, and one or two things that a person is doing, I like it, so I would love to join. So you convince people through your way of life to join you, but not to force them because you believe that it is the best way. And if I don't join you, you have every right to take you don't have that right in Africa. Always I tell you, if you want to practice these foreign religions, go to where they are. Go to Europe, go to Arab countries and practice them. But you can't come and tell me that because I have decided not to belong to any religion, you have every right to do anything to me. In this modern world, on my soil Africa, where it is traditional, we are pagan, we are idol worshippers. We accept that. So you cannot go to Saudi Arabia, go to Europe, Rome, and bring their things and impose them on us. This is why Africans, we are not moving forward. They have succeeded in using religion to divide us. Museveni says he stands against that. Just like Captain Ibrahim Traoré, that a lot of people are calling him naive, a pagan, he's not a true Muslim. What is wrong with an African telling you that I don't want Arabian laws in my land because I am an African? Will Saudi Arabia agree to have African laws in their country? So why is it that Africans are throwing everything of ours away just to be like other people? Nobody respects you, the African. Why? Because you don't even know who you are, like Captain Ibrahim Traoré said. Do you even know who you are? Africans, we don't know who we are. That is why we are fighting to be Europeans, Chinese, Arabians, Indians, other than being Africans. We have succeeded in becoming people. So at the end of the day, because you don't know who you are, anybody at all controls you. That's why they can tell us that if you and I are the same people, like Yoweri Museveni said, the president of Uganda, then how can you tell me that a pig, I must not eat a pig? How can you tell me that because you are my brother, I have decided not to follow Islam? If I slaughter an animal, you should not eat. Yoweri Museveni is asking you, which of these animals didn't God create? And we have others that are pure, others that are not pure. And we sit here, according to him, and we accept these things as Africans. That he has made it clear to them. As long as this is an African soil, where we are traditional people, we will never accept Arabian laws. We will never accept European laws on the continent of Africa. Can't you see that these people are colonizing us again in this modern world, and we are accepting that because they are not putting chains on our hands? We can see it. If you finally throw all your laws away as a human being, as a black person, and accept Arabian laws, accept European laws, do you still believe you are a human being as an African? Do you still believe that? Let's just be sincere. Because Chinese are holding on to their things. Arabians, Japanese, Koreans, it is only you, the African, that sit here. And somebody moves miles, thousands of miles to come and tell you your forefathers are primitive. And you believe it. They said it is their God. And if their God wanted to speak to Africans who lived before them, God couldn't have spoken to Africans. Why? Because God said we are idol worshippers. But when you open the Quran, open the Bible, didn't you see animal sacrifices? Even today, don't you do animal sacrifices? So what is the difference between what they have put in the book for you and what your forefathers were doing? What's the difference? You claim that we the Africans who are not Muslims or Christians, we are pagans. So, kafri or chafri, how do you call it? So because of that, you and I, we don't have anything in common. Yet, Chinese are idol worshippers. Look at the phone you are using, my brothers and sisters. Aren't you also having an idol in your home? Because Chinese are using their spirituality. You see the God that they believe. That is what they use in manufacturing these things. So if you sit there and claim that Chinese things are good, and for that matter, you need to acquire them, we are just the same like you. Because we and Chinese, we believe in the same thing. We worship stones. So you that said you are not worshipping a stone, but you are using things that are made from that same people that are worshipping stone, because it's their God that gives them the knowledge to produce these things. Africans, we have to wake up. This is a modern era. We were enslaved. These things were forced on us. Like Captain Ibrahim Traoré asked, why do you love people who oppress you? They castrated our men. The Arabian slavery was too brutal. Do you think that it's only the light-skinned people that were living in the Middle East? They took millions of Africans away. But what did they do? Because they castrated our men, they couldn't reproduce. That's why you are seeing only light people. If you know what they did to us, even the one that the Christians did was better. The Arabians one was more brutal. But they have decided to cover it, and Captain Ibrahim Traoré is asking, why is it that I don't want you, a Muslim in Africa, to know that they were the first people to enslave you for thousands of years? Some of you say, I love Islam because they never enslaved her. They only came and traded, because that is what they want you to believe. Theirs was more brutal than any other slavery we received. You better wake up. Oh. See, you see these Sharia laws and everything they are pushing very soon. You don't rise up and put your religions aside and fight for Africa. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, East Africa, and in Uganda.